Hello, this is nelsonr12 speaking, and this is a special commentary. This commentary is commentary-ception. This commentary is a commentary of a commentary of a commentary of a commentary. So I'm reviewing a commentary on an Mskull video, which is a commentary of another video, which is a commentary.
And fine, okay, you got me there. I really should have made this rant about action games or anything else, because there are other...
I just get some pointless stuff in this commentary, because it was just about darkraven, tubers, and Mskull01 arguing about subscribers and all that pointless stuff. Really, nobody gives a crap.
Kind of. Really, nobody does give a crap, but that's not to say it.
The genres out there that have remained the same. Driving games, platformers, beat-em-ups, they've all remained the same over the years. But,
Well, Street Fighter 4, like the Street Fighter game, Super, Ultra, and Turbo, they at least added something new that changed it a little bit.
That's not what he meant. You're taking this too much literally. He didn't mean that it's literally the exact same game every time. What he means is that every game in a popular franchise like Call of Duty, or Street Fighter, or Mortal Kombat, or all those franchises, every game has the same type of idea, the same concept. Sure, they're all different, they all have new features, but they're all very similar. That's kind of what he's saying here. Do you understand?
Single first-person shooter, every third-person shooter, every action-adventure game that has ever actually featured any kind of weapon-based combat that includes guns has nearly always been about what I just said.
First off, that point that you've just described yourself still applies to what Aaron Big One said, you idiots. I just can't believe you just re-described Aaron Big One's point. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, because he was agreeing with Aaron Big One. But I'll give you this. darkraven does contradict himself later on.
Sorry, I just couldn't resist arguing with that, because apparently, yes, using to every single action game nowadays is like this. By the way, you are therefore correct that not every editor's played every single game. But the fact is, yeah, you just played 1 or 2 or 3 first-person shooters, and you think all of them do that. Not every first-person shooter does that.
How do you know how many first-person shooters he's played? Just because he used 2 or 3 as an example? Maybe he's played a whole lot of them.
Keyword. Example. Get that through your head.
That's just what he said, though. Example. He just said that. Duh. Also, why are you recording this directly off of YouTube instead of using a downloader?
I'm tired of seeing the same stuff over and over again.
And actually, just to go back on what you said you previously stated something on colors in gaming. You didn't. Do you have a goldfish memory, or what?
I think it's you that has the goldfish memory, because Aaron Big One never mentioned the colours in games yet.
Tubers? That's what darkraven just said. He just said that Aaron Big One didn't mention the colors in the game. I think you're the one with the goldfish memory.
Hey, nice room.
Every single game has to look the exact same, feel the exact same, and just in general...
Are not the exact same.
He means that they're similar. Again, are we gonna have to go over this a second time?
Are the exact same.
Because you're an idiot who's only looking for something to hate, I guess.
Aaron Big One, let me say something to you. You got it spot on!
Nah, it can't be because he's tired of seeing numerous cliches in video games. Nah, he's just looking for something to hate.
No, he is right. He's just looking for something to hate, because anybody with a brain would realize that you're really just supposed to ignore these cliches and not question them in good games. So really, yeah, he is just looking for something to hate.
Okay, so you're supposed to not question cliches? That makes a whole lot of sense. Seriously though, it depends on who you are, what your taste is, and what the cliche is. Decide whether or not you are going to enjoy or hate the cliche. It all depends.
You really do not know how to do commentaries, do you?
You really need to shut the fuck up about how to do commentaries, because you're the huge elitist.
Does anyone see the irony of that? Anyone? Hello? Wasn't this the same guy who said to Dark Angel the Light, "Oh, you didn't criticize me this way, or you should have done it that way," but now darkraven's the elitist?
Where darkraven, where Tubers 93 like barely does it, darkraven keeps rubbing it in our faces.
Really? What color is this guy in your world?
Oh, you're supposed to make points! No. You're a yiff. You should yiff in hell for that. Oh, by the way, kill yourself. Or just, better yet, go Don't make shitty commentaries yiffing off to Sonic fags.
Commentaries are usually used to argue over a point and show why you disagree with the video. Kind of like, your commentaries, Super73? Never mind. Also, yiffin' hell? Do you realize how weak of an insult that is? Think about it. If furries like to yiff, and you're telling them to go to a place where they can yiff all they want, then how is that insulting?
In your face, T-Bone 2004.
What does that have to do with anything?
Growing up, I was the only straight guy in an all-gay high school. The kids would taunt me and yell out things like, "Hey Zach, where you going to go get some pussy?"
What are you trying to prove your point with this clip?
No, he was just trying to get some laughs with this clip.
Speaking of which, where's ShadowStar1224's commentary on this?
You are meant to actually wait until someone finishes their sentence before you speak, okay? You can't do it about halfway through. It just makes the video
Really? I really stopped in mid-sentence, oh wow.
random and sporadic.
Well,
That's pretty much hypocritical coming from the guy that sounds like a chipmunk on sugar meth.
Just the fact that he sounds like a chipmunk on sugar meth make it hypocritical. He said interrupting in the middle of a sentence. It doesn't make it hypocritical.
Because Big1's video, it kind of felt awkward because it sort of felt like he didn't know where to cut or where to add his commentary in.
This is
From Aaron Big One's point, from other commentators' points, it may not be as awkward.
actually one of the most hated cliches in
You know it's the most hated cliche because you have your finger on the pulse of video gaming culture.
It's shitty, overrated franchises like Halo and Call of Duty that have really started this trend. I don't know what the hell has happened.
I personally think those two games are very good. I just think the marketing has overblown them a bit.
Just blurting out a million.
That point, the video right there actually kind of like disproved your point because it wasn't that awkward.
He did wait until the sentence was finished. That kind of is not a good example.
Well, the sentence doesn't really flow well. But if I may toot my own horn,
What you're about to see
is stupid. That's how it's done, baby.
1, that's not funny. 2, you just contradicted yourself.
1, that's kind of funny, and 2, he didn't exactly contradict himself. Let me explain it. He said if it's not used properly, he did it properly by ending it after a specific phrase within the sentence, if that makes sense.
But you don't need constructive criticism. You want constructive criticism. There's a difference. And by the way, even bad criticism can still give out good points. Like, for example, you are the biggest fucking elitist in video gaming, you complete retard.
Testify.
Because of insert valid argument here.
Bad criticism can still give really good points. No. That's why it's called bad criticism. Your example was not bad criticism. It was just criticism presented in a harsh and blunt way. There's a difference. If it's valid, it's good criticism. If it's not valid, it's bad criticism.
He actually completely forgets that this is a commentary. He just goes off on random tangents. You're not meant to do that.
You're not meant to do this. You're not meant to do... Who the fuck are you to judge what a commentary is? He could go off and explain his opinions why this game sucks, that game sucks, or agrees with you at some point. No complaint from me from that.
Yeah, but Tubers, keep this in mind. Aaron Big One does this throughout half the video. Throughout the video he goes, "Oh, I like that game. I don't like that game. I never played Haze."
What's with the stupid effects? What's with the stupid and unneeded effects? And 1, and 2, who cares if he says his points or not? I do it.
You just gotta love how he keeps stuttering throughout the video and how his voice cracks. Oh, and by the way, first of all, the graphic, it is kind of unnecessary, but it's for comedic effect, so it's not that big of a deal. Second of all, he doesn't mean the fact that he's putting points out. He means the fact that he just keeps saying, "I like this game," and that's it, and keeps going on.
I don't see. Well, you guys might complain that's because you don't have a brain. I'll speak my freaking opinions whenever I want.
You know, it's okay to give your opinion on games that are brought up, but once you constantly get off topic, that's when it starts getting annoying.
Okay, can you even put
Who cares?
Apparently you, otherwise you wouldn't have stopped the video to tell us that.
sentences down properly on that keyboard of yours?
I would love to agree if it wasn't for that poor grammar on your title, so I'm gonna have to pull this card.
That was Aaron Big One's text, not darkraven's text.
And
Oh, spellers! You get an F-.
grade 1 school, you fucking idiot.
Overkill much?
No?
Yes.
And forgive my American ignorance, but what is a grade 1 school?
Are you an autistic retard or what? Grade 1 school is first grade, you stupid dumbass.
Do you have a problem with autistic people or something? Like myself? Also, he knows the fact when he said grade 1 he meant first grade. He was just making kind of a joke.
Play should be played. And it should be its.
Actually, this is the correct way to type it. Well, one of the correct ways.
Proving that you two are grammar Nazis, and that's one thing that we do not need on YouTube.
So the fact that to tell you how to spell it correctly means that they're grammar Nazis?
Call me a pussy if you want.
Pussy.
That wasn't funny. That wasn't criticism. That was just purely insulting me. And for what reason? There was none. Thanks, Aaron Big One.
But you're a pussy.
That's not funny.
And neither are you.
Seriously, you are a pussy. You've asked so nicely. Aaron Big One did it. Sorry, I mean, you're offended because he called you a pussy. Why do you want the insult in the first place?
Okay. First off, you crazy.
No. First off, yo dumbass.
And third of all, you're not funny.
Secondly, Darkraven, you...
And first of well, that was really funny, so he wasn't overreacting or acting crazy, you retard.
He didn't say anything about overreacting.
That's right. You did want the insult in the first place.
After this point, people, he doesn't even try to commentate.
Can you please shut the fuck up about, he doesn't even understand how to do commentaries, he's doing it wrong and all that shit. You know what, how many times did he say it? Yep, that's pretty much explanatory.
Well, can you blame him? Aaron Big One went off topic a lot in his commentary. The main focus...
I know, but it's no need to constantly rub the point in our faces like, oh, you should do this, oh, you should do that. Just shut the hell up.
He only said it like 3 times, not that much.
Big One's commentary was that he was supposed to be calling out Darkraven's generalizations of certain video game genres. But most of the time he would just stop and tell us his thoughts on certain video games, and he would hardly tie them up with the main focus.
I played Resistance.
Do you really need to?
Really need to what? Tie it in with the main focus? Yeah, you kinda need to.
1 and 2, and I think they're pretty decent games, what they are. It's kind of...
Speaking of which, one of the Resistance was one of the first PS3 shooters and probably the oldest one on the PS3.
What about Call of Duty 3? That one came before Resistance.
Fortunate, the Spyro series went very downhill and is very mediocre at this precise
But thankfully, it was revived with a thing called Skylander Spyro's Adventure. Pick it up for the Wii.
moment. I think the series has been rebooted more times than I care to think of.
I think it went down after Enter the Dragonfly came out.
First you say it got rebooted, and then you say it went downhill.
I played most of the Ratchet and Clank series, although I haven't played Kraken.
I keep thinking that they're just like rehashing the thing but with a different idea, like Banjo and Kazooie, Banjo and Kazooie, Ratchet and Clank, Sly and Bentley, Jack and Dexter. They're like the same thing.
First of all, earlier in the video you said that every game has something just a tiny bit different from the previous. Second of all, this is kind of what I was trying to explain to you before.
And also, Ratchet and Clank All for One came out. It looks pretty cool on the demo at Walmart for the PS3.
I've been interested in playing that game, and I think it's a pretty decent series. I can't think of an overtly bad one.
He just merely tries to insult me, and then even agree.
Proving right here that you were offended by him insulting you. You butthurt much?
You know, I was thinking about making a gay pun here, but fuck it.
On some points. You're not.
And don't call me a hypocrite, cause I wasn't butthurt, you retard asses.
You are a hypocrite. Don't try to deny it.
Do that with a commentary. You're meant to critique the person.
But didn't you agree with Aaron Big One earlier in the video? I understand that it doesn't make sense to do a commentary on a video that you completely agree with, but...
Proving again that you are a hypocrite.
And how does that prove he's a hypocrite again? Something I'm missing here?
if the disagreement's out...
And you contradicted yourself.
Weigh the agreements, then that's all that should matter. Isn't that right, tubers?
You know, I'm changing my mind. Whenever I do a commentary on a person, I'm gonna send this video to them and I see reaction. When I'm done with this commentary, I'm gonna send it to Mskull01. So you better watch your ass, Mskull.
Oh yeah, I bet he's totally terrified right now.
Go again. What the fuck?
Okay, it's kind of odd to criticize people for being emotional and to take things to heart on the internet, and then responding with to a video.
It was necessary. I said something like this in my one-shot on Vesper a long time ago.
Yeah, about that, it wasn't necessary, and that's not a good example.
Okay, so for the screaming, I'll never do that again.
Don't lie to me, Kira.
What
Shut the hell up.
The same rule applies to you, dude.
kind of basement dwellers find these stupid fucking games entertaining? Yo, Aaron Big One, you know, you're meant to commentate and that kind of stuff. That's a generic insult that I use, you know? It's
Well, maybe he agrees with him. And I do agree too. Modern Warfare 2 was a piece of shit.
Bad move, dude. Bad move. You're gonna have so many Infinity Ward fanboys on your ass. And let me just say something in my opinion on Modern Warfare 2. It was a great game. By comparison to 4, 5, and Black Ops, it wasn't that good.
generic thing that most people say on the internet when they can't think of things to say, you know? You could have said that, you know, that would have been a good thing commented on. That's some advice for you.
Yeah, I find that to be pretty hilarious. Seriously, you want everything to be taken to heart, and you tell other Sonic fags to not take Mario to Plumber to heart. Yeah, the irony, so huge.
Says the man who screams like a little bitch. There's a difference between people taking Mario the Plumber seriously and darkraven going,
And for all you idiots who are comparing me to Mario to Plumber, says, when did I ever start raging and start screaming at the top of my lungs? I never used the F word.
Now, I haven't seen too many of his videos, so from what I have seen, he's pretty calm. Now, however, if I am going to compare him to somebody, I would say he's more like 2600 the Atari. He has to improvise on the spot, he's a terrible commentator, and you kind of sound the same too.
So stop comparing me to Mario the Plumber.
he missed the spot. He wasn't trying to take it to heart. If anything, he was trying to point out that there was a part in his video that was just a generic insult that could have been easily gone over by Aaron Big One, but
That should have been taken another point. That should be a number 5 mark for him rubbing that thing in our asses.
Aaron missed the chance.
I personally don't mind them as long as they're only used for boss battles, or if I'm given a heads up before they're used, and they're not randomly switching the buttons around.
Aaron Big One, in case you didn't notice, you just described exactly what quick time events are. Nearly every single thing you said, they do exactly that. Seriously, mate, you're just being stupid now.
That's funny, because he said he didn't mind. That must mean he likes quick time events. How is that being stupid, exactly? Oh wait, he described them. Oh wow. Nah, darkraven, I think you're stupid, because apparently you keep twisting Aaron Big One's words out of context.
Says the guy who over-exaggerates what people say. Also, let's quote Aaron Big One on this. I personally don't...
Or do you think we are deaf? We heard him clearly. Do you really need to state the argument again for us?
Well, kind of, yeah, they all seem to twist each other's words around.
mind them referring to quick time events, as long as they're only used for boss battles, or if I'm given a heads up before they're used, and they're not randomly switching the buttons around. Well, that does describe a lot of quick time events, but it's kind of like...
That describes every QuickTime event.
No, it's more like just a lot. I've played QuickTime events that don't work that way.
I personally don't mind eating tuna, just as long as it's made out of fish.
That doesn't make any sense.
Don't you recognize a joke when you hear it?
That's why darkraven said it
And 2, that was not funny.
was stupid, because it was redundant, and also repetitive.
Why the hell do we need to be reminded of where the buttons are in our fucking controllers? Really, why do we? All it is mindless button mashing. Frankly, I don't know what the hell he was on here. He just randomly added in some Windows Movie Maker stock effects. I don't know why the hell he did it, but I swear to you, the original video wasn't like that.
Oh, now you sound like the Homo Kid. Wait. Homo Kid plus darkraven equals...
Poorly executed joke.
Aw, you son of a bitch. I wanted to hear that.
So he sounds like the Homo Kid because he was pointing out the odd edits that Aaron Big One did. He was just asking a question, why did Arabic 1 do those edits?
Well, he did. He said he just wanted to point it out just to remind people he sounded like that. So really, that point of him excusing him from sounding like the homo kid really wasn't needed.
Are you changing sides or what?
Was he trying to be funny? Because it really didn't work.
Then why are you doing it?
Because it's so random it actually works. Duh.
It's not funny and you're contradicting and hypocriticing yourself.
He's hypocriticing himself? What the fuck does that mean?
Darksiders itself had quite a few cliches in and of itself. Its colour system wasn't exactly the brightest I've ever seen on the 360 or the PS3, and its plot was a bit thin at times.
To criticise Arabic 1, weren't you meant to point out that Dark Sector didn't have any quick time events?
I never heard Arabic one say anything about Dark Sector, if I heard correctly.
I don't know why it went to the Darksiders argument. Just say.
He said Darksiders, not Dark Sector.
I think he mixed it up a little bit.
Dark Sector doesn't have any quick time events? You mean like these?
Oh, yeah, and to quote, and to say something to darkraven for that she said a while ago, the reason why they tell you where your buttons on the controller are, that's what it's meant for the tutorials. They're not explaining where they are, they're just telling you to use these buttons to do something for what.
Okay.
You can flame me for my opinion if you want, but really I don't give a shit.
I have to stop you right there because you do give a shit. When we fight for your opinion, you delete comments
Everybody's flaming you right now, darkraven.
anyway, so you're a hypocrite.
Do you have any proof? Like, any proof at all?
Do you really need any proof?
Yeah, we need proof. We need to know that this guy's not lying through his teeth.
This is darkraven488 we are talking about here. The guy who got ass hurt when Arabic 1 called him a pussy.
Do you know the names of the people who got their comments deleted? Do you know what the comments said? What examples do you have? Where is your proof?
Thanks. It really means a lot to do a returning commentary like this on someone this retarded.
Yes, I'm retarded. I'm so fast so much. Everyone's retarded.
Darkraven, the feeling is mutual.
This has pretty much been a shitty...
I have no idea what you just meant right there, but what Tubers93 just said was the truth.
You mean when he said the feeling was mutual? Is that what you didn't understand? Well, what he meant was he feels the same way about him. Does that help again?
Darkraven is a dumbass hypocrite.
Video like always, very crappy editing, absolutely no criticism.
Ugh, you don't need criticism.
Hypocritical Darkraven, your videos are crappy again. You sound like a guy on sugar meth.
You want criticism yet, but when we give you criticism, sometimes you delete comments. Because secretly, you're a fucking crybaby bitch!
Testify!
What do you mean by testify? You mean you disagree?
Once again, do you have any proof?
Once again, I'm not repeating myself. And by the way, Azumanga Diet sucks. Yeah, troll me.
Are you sure it isn't just troll comments that are being deleted? There's a difference between troll comments and just criticism. Do you have any proof of which comments are being deleted?
Good God, I'm out of this yiffing hell video. Well, anyways, I am done. Thank you very fucking much.
Internet. It is serious fucking business.
I'm not even going to point out the irony in that.
How is it irony?
You have watched Darkraven's videos, right?
You just got pawned.
Sir, our reputation is complete.
I am done. Thank you very fucking much.
I thought nobody wins or loses in commentaries. I don't know where I got that from. Well, I guess we all learned a valuable lesson today.
That this commentary was terrible.
You are right. Your commentary was terrible.
Never let me do anything like this ever again. Bye!
Terrible outro.
And I suppose you can make a better outro? You can even download the bit.
I'm done. Thank you very fucking much. I'm done. Thank you very fucking much. I'm done. Thank you very fucking much. I'm done. Thank you very fucking much.
What are you, Elvis Presley?
What are you? A troll?
And well, if you're trying to be funny here, you're not.
I'm done. Thank you very fucking much. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Thank you very fucking much. 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 I'm done. I'm tired.
And that's the end of the video. It's finally over. You know, you may think it's a bad idea for me to commentate on a troll, but this kid is just wow. I'm nelsonr12. Thanks for watching.